We saw the hottest day of the year and another on the way. Really great sunset shot. Scott caught this one off the salt flats, that pop of color. You notice the clouds out there indicating a little bit of moisture, which is why a few thunderstorms were sneaking through portions of Box Elder County. You catch that on the satellite radar in the last few hours. That southwest flow, very well defined up there in Box Elder County and towards Cache Valley. That's the edge of our building ridge of high pressure. So you can see a few of those sneaking through tonight. That will change as we head into tomorrow. They'll come from a different direction. Great shot from Tooele. Hal, thank you. A faraway shot of the cloud cover and that pop of color. Sun officially went down at 9 o'clock, second day that it did that. Can you believe it? We're at that point of the year. 99 in Salt Lake, 92 in Logan, upper 90s. So the BYU sensor did hit 100 for the first time this season in Utah County. 105 in Green River, Moab, Hanksville, Lake Powell, St. George and Lake Powell matching, but Lake Powell underneath that excessive heat warning. As we head into tonight, we actually have mild conditions on top of cloud cover. We're still going to be in the 80s once we wrap ABC4 News at 10. This is one of the things that goes into criteria when we get these heat alerts is that we don't have much recovery time. By 4 a.m. it's still 70 degrees. Wowza. Yeah, that's above average for this time of year. Upper 70s by 9 a.m. and the heat builds into our Thursday. We'll see a very similar day than what we saw today, but we do get increasing cloud cover. Now we have some impacts when it comes to the heat. There's that excessive heat warning. 10 p.m. tomorrow is when we'll see it expire for Glen Canyon. Our heat advisory holds on longer. Along the Wasatch Front, this heat advisory to warn you that, yes, not much recovery time overnight and high heat during the day, way above average. 83 is typically where we are. Weber, Davis, Salt Lake, Utah County, the Tooele Valley, and the Great Salt Lake Desert and Mountains, all looking at that high heat due to the positioning of the ridge. The impacts of this heat, not only are you sweating out there and you have to stay hydrated, but we also see ozone levels rise because that unfiltered sunshine brings in higher ozone levels because the chemical reaction can happen more frequently. As a result, unhealthy air for sensitive groups in Salt Lake and Davis County on deck for tomorrow, while we'll have moderate air for the rest of northern Utah. So that's just one of the impacts. We also talked about the river flows, how they're coming fast and high, but also fire danger. That's here. A brand new red flag warning issued for portions of southern Utah. And it's because that southwest flow, those winds pick up. We're already dry. We've got the high heat. And then you add winds to the mix and any fire start would spread quickly. So the heat comes with a slew of consequences. It does begin to change, though. High temperature trend declining for the Wasatch Front as we head towards Father's Day and into next week. It's going to feel nice. Now, St. George doesn't have a drastic decline, but you will see seasonal temperatures as we head into early next week, and there's a reason why. Let me show you. Looking at the upper level futurecast, you see our area of high pressure sliding over to the east, opens the door for that southwest flow, supported by the low that you're seeing to the south of us. That low is going to moderate temperatures a little bit as it moves towards southern Utah and brings moisture to eastern Utah as we get through the close of the work week and into the weekend. Also, looking towards the Pacific Northwest, we're going to see cooler temperatures and a steady decline in the north because of those areas of low pressure. They will impact northern Utah and the Wasatch Front, so we cool a little bit. So that's your wide view. Let's get a little closer when it comes to that moisture. Futurecast kind of tracks that. You're going to see the increase with the southwest flow. There's the cloud cover, and notice south central to southeastern Utah. As early as tomorrow evening, the model starts to pick up on thunderstorms. That's why we lose the excessive heat warning, because cloud cover moves in and temperatures should cool. Notice that we keep that going into our Friday. East of I-15, the potential of storms popping up will be there. Gusty winds, at time heavy rains, and just a slight chance along the Wasatch Front for our Friday. But you notice a lot of that energy focused on eastern Utah, and it stays that way throughout our Friday. Flash flood potential is increasing. Want to forewarn you with that, because as you head into Friday, it is possible at all of those areas we love to visit, with the exception of Zion National Park. So our national parks, the Swell, Grand Staircase, with thunderstorms in the forecast, just plan accordingly. 90s. I'm going to go 102 tomorrow with that southwest flow. That would tie the record. We do see the chance for the higher terrain by the evening to pick up some thunderstorms, 90s, triple digits, and you see them in Moab, Bluff, Lake Powell, St. George. But again, that high is sliding to the east, so we will see high heat, but we add a little more moisture to it. St. George 7-day, there's Father's Day in view. Do you have plans in the south? 102. hope they're pool plans. That's what I would go for. Temperatures dropping into the 90s with the winds picking up. And here's your Father's Day forecast for around the region. A steady cooling trend. Saturday hotter than Sunday. So if you want to go for that hike, I'd say Sunday is a nice day. 102 possibly. I think we could see our first triple-digit day of the season tomorrow. If it's another 99, I'm coming out swinging. Look at those 80s. And we do have a day in the 70s, and I feel like we earn that after getting through the next couple of days. So,
well, if I'm not here that day, you know I'm out enjoying the weather.